Okay, we're back, and I'm on a different mic because mine is out of battery. Wow, I mean, that was some final round. I think that's kind of what we all would have liked to have seen. I think some people maybe were a little bit worried after Friday when Berger put in the -4 that he did to take. I think it was a 5-shot lead that he might have just run away with it. We might have had a bit of a boring weekend, but we didn't. He followed that up with a level par 72, which is not a bad effort. Um, And then we had a really interesting round four. I mean, the best way to think about this round is to look at this final round recap. And Data Golf is brilliant in that it will tell you what the sway was, basically how likely somebody was to win going through the round. I mean, this is round four, final round recap, teeing off. Berger was doing so well. And he, to be honest with you, just as a side note, I thought he played really well on Sunday. I don't think he made an awful lot of mistakes. He had one wedge long of the green. I think it was on 15 or 16. He didn't do a lot wrong. He hit a couple of squirty fades, but anyway, we'll come back to that. And you can see, yeah, there you go, 5-shot lead through nine, and then just this unbelievable run by Akshay. I mean, to take the turn two over and then to go birdie, 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 bogey, eagle. I mean, that 6-iron on 16, if you watched it, I mean, that's probably one of the best 6-irons ever hit on the PGA Tour. I mean, what a shot that was under the cush, under a lot of pressure. And for him, this means so much, right? Because he has won on the PGA Tour before, but he's not won a signature event. This is a proper step up event for him. This is something that really elevates him from a a talented journeyman, a talented youngster with a lot of potential into somebody that people really take seriously. Somebody that people will really start to be afraid of when he's on the weekend. It's just a fantastic back nine. It's one of the all-time back nines on a Sunday. And, I don't think Berger lost it. I think Batia went and won it. Do you know what I mean? I think he really went and came after him. And yeah, I mean look at this. And so hits that 6-iron and 16, bang, eagles it 50-50. And he's been in three playoffs and he's won them all in the first hole. He's never lost a playoff. Berger won one, lost two. So even going into that playoff, to be honest with you, as soon as it was level, you just felt momentum was in Batia's hands, and Berger had been playing for par, which I completely understand, and I think it's harsh to be critical of him because you're under that much pressure. And honestly, when you're here, you've got a 3-shot lead. You think par this in 16 would win it, and you know what? 16 would have won it. Just unlucky. Just one or two bad shots. That tee shot on 18 and on the playoff hole, getting a bit nervous, getting a bit steep, squirting it out, and then pulling it left in the playoff hole. It's difficult, but I mean that's why you watch golf, isn't it? That's why we watch PGA Tour golf because it's the best players in the world under a hell of a lot of pressure. I mean, it's difficult enough playing on a Sunday with your mates. I mean, playing for $4 million as the winner's purse. It's just, yeah, it's just crazy. Um, I mean, all credit to both of them. I thought they played really well. Elsewhere down the table, I thought Ludwig Oberg, what a weekend he's had. He'll be really, really happy with that. He has struggled this season so far. That's definitely a good result for him. He thought he looked like he could maybe win it at some points yesterday. Yeah, the putting was better, and that's what lets him down is the wedge play, and the putting's not particularly great. I mean, overall, the course was playing really hard. I know I've said that all weekend, but it was starting to get a bit silly. Obviously, there was a bit of a rain delay. But yeah, the greens looked white. Do you know what I mean? They looked absolutely, absolutely rock hard. And when the wind gets up, it just plays really, really difficult round here. Cameron Young, you would expect him to do well here in a way because he's such a good ball striker, isn't he? He can work the ball both ways. He loves to hit that tight little punch draw. He's got such a connected swing, and when he's hot, he's hot. And when that putter lights up, you can't really realistically bet against him. So yeah, great weekend for him. My pick, Colin Morikawa. I thought Colin did really well. It just didn't quite drop, did it? I think I watched a bit of his round, hitting the ball super well. He's such a good mid-iron player and short iron player. That's what he's famous for. Bay Hill suits that. He just couldn't go low enough really, but it's a great weekend for him. He'll be happy. Russell Henley, how many times did he chip in? 3 times, I think it was. Sank a bunch of clutch putts. He's a ball striker. He's the defending champion. He was another one of my picks. The course history matters here. he had a good weekend. He'll be happy with that. Minwoo Lee, another great ball striker, just didn't. Again, it's just all in here. It's just a couple of small mistakes. Same with Sahith Theegala. He had a cracking round. He had an absolute cracking round. I wonder if I can get his round up. Maybe if I go onto the PGA Tour website, because he was the hottest man on the golf course for a long time yesterday. Yeah, around the turn, look at that birdie, 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 six birdies, and then a bogey. I mean, you can't, he can't, he will be very happy with that final round to get himself into a good pot on the money list. Ricky Fowler, obviously great relationship with Arnold Palmer, and I think he really enjoys playing this event. It's good for Ricky. T9, bit of form. Again, he's so talented. He just needs the stars to align for him, doesn't he? Really, for these things to pay off. Further down the list, Jordan Spieth. I mean, I'm super happy to see him here. I thought he looked really good. He had some of the classic Spieth short game. He's so creative. He's just got such good golf IQ. He's so imaginative. I think it's something that I really could do with learning a bit more, and that's something that I think every amateur should lean into. Is it's just creativity around the greens. Is I think golf is so technical and it can get really mechanical at points, but it's difficult to understate the importance of just being creative, of seeing a shot, of playing different shots, of being able to take a chance. And Spieth does that better than anybody. And when he's on, and he had a good round yesterday, he's had a good weekend. He, yeah, really good. Billy Horschel and Victor Hovland, yeah, good outings from them. Sepp Straka was my pick for my wild card for the pick, and to be honest with you, he started at 9 under. He struggled, which is unfortunate because I really think he actually could have probably won that if he'd gone low yesterday. But I mean, he'll be reasonably happy. These are all good results here. Chris Gotterup, I mean, he's one of the hottest men on tour. Um, yeah, and Scotty Scheffler down here in T24, he had a frustrating weekend, didn't he? I mean, he was losing his tempo, which he doesn't do very often, but I think sometimes people look at Scheffler and they think, oh, he's so ice cold, he's so neutral, he just doesn't really mind. He just, he goes out there without a care in the world because, he's got Meredith and Bennett, and, it just doesn't mean that much to him. But it's not true, I don't think. I think it does mean an awful lot to him. He's just able to compose himself in a way that some players can't. But you do see occasionally, you see that fire. I mean, that fire is necessary for him to be the player that he is and to put the work in on the range and on the course to be as good as he is. Um, yeah, I mean, don't be surprised to see him win this week of the Players. So yeah, he's. I mean, he'll be disappointed, but even then, it's a bad weekend for Scheffler T24. I mean, you just can't really be too disappointed. The other story of the weekend obviously was Rory McIlroy withdrawing, bit of a back spasm in the gym and then on the range. I think he did the right thing. Obviously, this week is even bigger than last week in the Players Championship. But this is the fifth major. This is the big one. He'll be hoping to come back and he'll be hoping to win on the trot. Obviously, winning in the playoff against JJ Spawn last year. In terms of the course, in terms of the tournament, I thought it was great. I thought it was a really good watch. I think even though Daniel Berger did come ahead for a lot of it, he was able to be reeled back in, and I think there was definitely good competition all around. I think this stats here, the slope rating being low, basically means that the field was more bunched together, so there was a lot more sway round to round underneath the leaders, which was good to watch. Interesting, it favoured Bombers. I think, yeah, maybe the rough wasn't quite as penal as it has been in previous years. The course changed so much, didn't it? With the weather changing constantly, with the wind and then the rain, the greens going soft to very hard very quickly. Yeah, really, really good tournament. I really enjoyed watching it. I think a great advert for the PGA Tour. So next week well, this week actually I should say, shouldn't I? We've got the big one. We've got the Players Championship. So, oh, I'm not a scratch member. Oh dear. Yeah, the Players Championship. I mean, this is really, I think for a lot of people outside the majors, this is the biggest tournament. The prize pool, I think, is $20 million. I mean, a little bit of history. The Players Championship is, it's been going on since 1974. Jack Nicklaus was the first winner at Atlanta Country Club. He took home $50,000 now. In 2026, you've got to finish 72nd to get $50,000. It's famous for being at TPC Sawgrass, famous Pete Dye course, designed in 1980, but it did jump around a little bit before that. And it's got that iconic 17th green, hasn't it? It's the most famous par 3 in the world. I would argue even more over than Augusta's 12th hole. It's tricky. It plays anywhere from 127 to 147. The wind can swell, and we've seen, we saw Ricky Fowler. We've seen a lot of interesting shots. So Aaron Rai with a hole in one last year. It's pure drama, and I think it's the most emulated golf hole in the world, and for good reason. Especially that Sunday pin, better than most. Fat Perez as well last year. It's cinema. It's cinema. Um, the only person to have defended the players is the big man himself. It's Scotty Scheffler. Um, it's a really hard course to win at twice. Um, Interesting stat is 7 players have won the Players and a major in the same calendar year. So that's Rory McIlroy in 2001, Cameron Smith 2022, Scheffler in 24, and Mr. McIlroy last year when he won the Masters immediately afterwards. I think it's a really interesting clash here. We've got a bit of, we've got chasing history, haven't we? We've got Rory McIlroy looking for his third Players title and Scheffler looking for his third Players title. Look, if they do that, they join Jack Nicklaus as the only three-time winner. Who would bet against either of them winning this weekend? Especially Scheffler. This is a course that really suits him. And, he's the only player in the field who, since the start of the decade, is averaging under 70, and he's played 10 rounds here at TPC Sawgrass. I mean, that is a ridiculous stats because make no bones about it. This is a tough golf course. This is really hard. Um, Elsewhere, I mean, we've got past champions. We've got Adam Scott, 2004 champion. We've got, a really good eclectic mix of players here and some of the world's best players. So I'm super looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really, really interesting tournament. I think, yeah, we're just hoping that Roy McIlroy is fit and that he's good to go. To be honest, because you just don't know with these back twinges. I mean, it could be nothing. He could just be precautionary, but also you don't know. He could have hurt himself. Um, okay, I'm going to probably do a little bit of research and maybe do a video tomorrow about my picks, so on and so forth. I need to have a bit of a think. But yeah, I wanted to get this out there. It's a bit of a late one after work. But yeah, what a great weekend it was for the Arnold Palmer. What an advert it was for that tournament. A great tournament. And it's for me. I always think the Arnold Palmer. That's it. When that happens, it's golf season. It's the kickoff to the Masters. Obviously, the Masters, we're in full flow, but I always think the Arnold Palmer. Okay, now we're getting there. Now things are getting serious. Players start to really pick up in form. Things start to matter a lot more, and you can see that in the nerves and the frustrations, but also in the elation and in the shots that are played. I mean, there's just such high quality shots being played yesterday afternoon by Berger and Batir, and it's really enjoyable to see. Yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow.